I'm the guy sitting in the pew making noise in your church, and you're going, "Hey, Outbound, I'm trying to preach here. You're gonna have to quiet down and shut up, okay? Don't say your piece." I'm still saying it anyway. I'm still saying it anyway. I'm still saying it anyway. I'm not saying that I didn't say it, but you're telling me not to.
Well, again, yeah, right. I don't want to keep the discussion going. That's what's wrong with that.
Right. You're the preacher. You're the dictator.
No, that's not. You're adding all of that on. Why?
Because that's what it is.
When the conversation ends, how is it that I continue to preach?
The conversation only ended because you refused to keep having it.
Right.
Okay. So.
But you said your piece and I said mine.
That's what a preacher does.
No, you said your piece and I said mine.
And okay, but I didn't tell you not to say yours.
No, right, you didn't, and I didn't tell you not to say yours. So what is your problem?
You told me to
shut up. Don't say it again.
I didn't say it again. I said it's amusing that you're acting like a preacher. You're acting like hillbilly. It's amusing. I added more. I said it's amusing that you have a faith in this belief with no justification. You think that saying no words at all justified it.
Okay, so if you don't,
I added. It wasn't anything I said previously.
Okay, so if you think that's an inadequate argument, fine, leave it alone.
It's not even an argument. You didn't say anything.
That's how you describe nothing. That's my opinion.
So not describing something is also describing something. Okay.
Are we still talking about this? Because
this is what Hillbilly did. He made a claim, but he wouldn't. Remember how T-Jump kept telling him, like, you got to explain it, right? Because not explaining it isn't an explanation.
I said that I can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
I know.
So now we can leave it alone. That's all I said. I never said you were wrong. I never said you were wrong.
We can, and I can if I so choose to. But that doesn't make it okay for you to tell me to shut up and that I have to. You're rude.
You can keep talking, but I already said.
Thank you for giving me permission. Thank you. I needed your permission.
You're such a pussy. You're such a fucking pussy.
Instead of just apologizing for being rude.
Suck my dick. No, you suck my dick. No, first suck my dick.
Oh, thank you.
Then I'll apologize.
I'm so glad I
apologize for asking you to suck my dick.
You still sound like the fucking preacher.
Yeah, you know, that's your way
of... have the preacher's permission to talk in church, right?
That's your way of defiling somebody. Call him a preacher. You're such a loser.
That's what preaching is. It's a one-way conversation.
You're a loser.
It's a one-way conversation.
No, it's not one way. You said your piece. I said my piece.
No, preaching is a one-way conversation.
Right, but we didn't have a one-way conversation. You said your piece.
No, I didn't say we did. You were telling me that we should do that.
Do what? Stop talking about it?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Because then it becomes one way.
No, it doesn't. When we both agree to stop talking about it, it's a two-way.
I didn't agree.
Good. So keep talking to yourself.
Okay. So if you think it and I don't, and then it's not two-way.
Yeah, you keep talking to yourself because you're not talking to me.
I mean, I don't like. That's delusional. I'm not talking to you. You really are gonna. You said that again.
To yourself.
I'm.
Well, I mean, the discussion is two-way, right?
You're not responding to me right now. You're not.
You're an asshole. You are. From one moment to the next, you get dumber and dumber, and you get more fucking strung out on stupidity.
And now you're coming with the ad homs.
Yeah, because I'm seeing them. Yeah, I'm not making them up. I'm not calling you a preacher. You fucking moron. You make them up as you go. You're a theist. You're a preacher. You're fucking stupid.
I didn't say you're a theist. I said you're acting like a theist.
Whatever. I'm not.
You're church of nothing.
Yeah.
Your strong faith in the non-existence.
I'm just discussing a concept, and I admit I
No,
can't.
you're refusing to discuss it.
Well, I said I can't wrap my head around it, so I'm just going to leave it alone. That's an honest fucking evaluation.
Somehow I doubt that. Somehow I think you're still going to keep going.
About what? In what direction?
It's the wrong direction. Well, I don't even know.
You know, again, I told you my objections, and we can't seem to meet on it.
I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when I added another thing at the end, and you told me to fucking shut up, and that you weren't.
Stop being such a fucking snowflake, you bitch.
I'm not being a snowflake.
Yeah, you are.
You're the one.
I'm not.
I triggered you because I pointed out.
You haven't triggered anybody. You're a loser.
I did trigger. That's why you.
You're a fucking loser.
That's why you were the first. This is why you're
building yourself up in your own head. You're a loser.
Do you think it's polite to tell someone to shut up and I'm done? Is that polite?
Yeah. If you're done and he won't shut up, yeah.
Was I being rude to you before that?
How about you're a snowflake? And shut up.
No, I'm not. See, I was just pointing something out about your argument. That's it. I was.
Yeah, you did. You pointed it out. You pointed it out.
All I was doing.
10 times you pointed it out. You said the same. You said the same thing 10 times over.
Triggered. You're interrupting me again.
Who cares? You're not saying anything new. You're not saying anything new.
By the fact that you're triggered.
You're not saying anything new. You're boring. Now you're boring. Now you've gotten boring.
I was having the discussion and pointing a thing out. That's it. And your response was to tell me you're done and shut up. Okay? So you're the one.
No, that's not the way it went. Again, you're dishonest. You're a fucking liar. You're a deluded liar.
That is exactly the way it went.
I asked to end the conversation. We're done.
And I said no.
Yeah, okay, so that's bullshit.
When you ask me to do something, do I have to?
Who's dictating? Who's dictating at that point? If I say the two-way conversation is done, and you keep talking,
that makes you the preacher dictator. When you say it's done, that makes you the preacher. It instantly makes that you.
I was asking to put it to rest. I
said no.
Good. So now you're talking only to yourself. You don't have a discussion.
So you're not responding to me right now.
I'm saying you don't have I'm talking about previously what we were talking about. How could you be continually dishonest about what we're saying now?
So you think I'm pretending that we're still discussing that now?
No, we're not, are we?
So you're saying a mundane thing.
We're arguing about it, according to you, of how we ended it.
You're the first one who said shut up, who got rude.
Because I triggered you. You're boring.
Because my description triggered you.
You're a boring snowflake. You didn't trigger me, you stupid fuck.
That's why you're projecting the snowflake thing onto me.
I admitted I can't wrap my head around it.
You're the one, okay? If you're the one who's failing to understand, then don't tell me to shut up.
I'm shut up meaning that's enough with the discussion on the topic. I want to end the discussion on the topic. I can't do that. I can't request that it end. I'm stuck talking to you.
I already told you, if you don't want to talk to me, why are you here?
On that subject, loser. Get it straight.
Okay, but I do want to talk about that subject. So why are you here?
I said go ahead, but you won't be talking to me.
I can't go ahead because you're still rambling.
No,
I did go. Plus, I started to go ahead earlier, but it triggered you, and you told me to shut up.
I'm bored with you, but you can
shut up. Did you know that shut up is the opposite of go ahead?
Go ahead and talk about it, Alvin. I'm just going to mute you.
Isn't that the opposite of shut up?
All right, so go ahead and talk about it. I'll just mute you. Fuck you.
Oh, thank you for giving me permission to talk about it again.
Then you sound like a snowflake, like a little bitch.
I don't know why. If you're gonna just mute me, why don't you all go to your own fucking room?
How does that follow? I just don't want to.
Because you don't want to have a discussion with me. Why would you come into my chat room?
On that particular topic, again, you're being dishonest.
And you already know that I do want to talk about that topic, and this is my room, so why are you here?
All right, so that's the position you're taking. We have to go. We have to go.
I've taken that position over and over again. I've had this conversation with you.
You're the authoritarian.
You already know where this is going to go every single time it happens. Every single time. You already know before it happens.
You sound triggered, Outbound. You all right?
Dude, you started insulting me first. You're triggered.
No, I'm not. I'm just labeling you.
That's why you told me to shut up.
Yeah, because telling you to shut up is not being triggered. You sound triggered.
It's rude.
You sound triggered.
That's the essence of being triggered, is when you get angry and you start attacking them on a personal level.
You're wrong again. You're lying again.
That's why you said shut up first.
Okay, Outbound.
Because you're the snowflake.
Okay, Outbound. Don't want to upset you.
A little late for that.
I know. Somebody got triggered.
Somebody got triggered first.
No, afraid not.
Yeah, that's why.
Other than losing my patience with you, yeah. The subject matter didn't trigger me. I said I can't wrap my head around it. That's an admission of just not being able to grasp what you're saying. I didn't say you were wrong. I simply said we're not, there's just we're talking past each other, or we're not meeting on a point. That's all.
Okay. So how does me saying a little more?
Because I wanted to stop talking about it, because I realized.
You didn't want to stop talking about it.
To me, we reached an impasse.
You want to stop. You don't have to tell someone to shut up because you want to stop.
Stop saying that like it's bad.
If you want to stop talking about it, you just stop talking about it.
Okay, I will.
You don't have to tell me to shut up to stop talking about it.
Horatio never told you to shut up.
The best way you could have handled it is when I added the little thing at the end. You could have just went, well, okay. You could have even done a sarcastic, yeah, whatever.
I don't even remember what you said.
That would have been
just shut the fuck up.
That would have been
the fuck up.
That would have made way more sense than telling me to shut up. Eat a dick and lick a butthole, Peter.
My God, what did I run into? My God.
You want to really know? It was nothing.
Yeah.
I bet it was. It's always over nothing.
You just created the definition of nothing.
Put me on mute for 20 minutes.
Now that was kind of funny.
No, it wasn't funny. You got triggered. It's obvious.
Well, we both, trigger each other. Whatever.
That's fine, but it's fair to say I'm triggered when you got triggered first. Come on.
Nard was never triggered.
No, I really wanted the conversation to end. That's all.
I didn't attack you.
Outbound. We reached an impasse.
You didn't want it to stop, or you would have just.
Do you know what an impasse is?
If you want a thing to stop, you wouldn't do what you did. That you drug it out.
Okay, Outbound. That's for
I
you.
wanted to drag it out.
You know what an impasse is?
I wanted to drag it out, and I drug it out. You wanted it to stop, and you engaged with me and allowed me to drag it out.
He's still going on and trying to make a case over nothing. Do you know what
Shut the fuck up!
That's what you're doing. Listen, you're still talking too. You're
trying to describe what the problem was.
That you don't want to, but then you keep doing it anyway.
No, I'm not on the topic. I'm saying we reached an impasse, so I wanted to stop there.
But you didn't stop. But you didn't stop.
I did.
No, you said shut up.
Well, why would I say shut up unless you were continuing, you idiot?
Why do I have to stop just because you want to stop? I didn't want to.
Make up your mind, Outbound. Did I continue or did you continue and I told you to shut up? Make up your mind.
Saying
You
shut up.
just said I dragged it out. Make up your mind, Outbound. Which is it?
That is dragging it out.
Oh, see, you're dishonest.
No, I'm not.
Who's on second? I know who's on first. I know who's on first.
You're
Who's
just
on
not-
second?
Look,
Who's
I can
on second?
differentiate between dragging out the shit fight,
You don't
and
agree we reached an impasse? You
the
don't
actual
agree?
discussion.
You don't agree
But
that we
you
reached
keep
an impasse?
equivocating. Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.
That doesn't give you the right to tell me to shut up.
Wow. Whatever. I mean, if that's your fucking complaint, how many times do we tell each other to shut up and not talk over me? That's your complaint? I said the word shut up.
I don't know. Then how come when I responded negatively back again, you kept going with the shit fight? How come you keep going with it then? How come you're not just blowing it off like we normally do? How come you're not?
I tried to blow off the whole
No,
conversation.
you're not. You're still saying it.
Okay, Outbound.
Blowing it off would. There you go. Okay, Outbound. That's blowing it off. Now you got it down.
So,
See, how hard is that?
how hard is what? Putting up with you? It's not
Now
easy, but
now
I can do
You're
it.
gonna play dumb. How hard is what?
I know if you think you're making a point, you're so dishonest. You've got yourself believing it. It's scary. It's fucking scary.
You can keep playing pretend.
Okay.
You know I'm right.
Yeah.
You're always right.
Yeah. I did say shut up. I finally did say shut up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and
Right.
all I was doing was just adding another.
Yeah.
Point.
After I'm trying to end the conversation.
Who cares? That's not. You didn't though.
Yeah. Shut up is not a continuation. Shut up is trying to stop it.
But you failed to stop it because I
you
said
got a big
more.
mouth that rambles on. You won't let it go.
You're not letting it go either. I'm the one who says I don't want to let it go. I want to keep it going.
Right.
So that makes sense why I would do that. But
Right.
you're saying you don't want to, yet you're continuing.
Okay, make sure your worldview is all in order now so that you can feel good about yourself.
All right, now, let's try to get rid of the equivocation. Were you talking about ending the shit fight or ending the discussion?
Ending the discussion, dick face. What's the matter with you?
So you want the shit fight?
No, the shit fight was because we couldn't end it.
So now it's both.
The shit fight was because you didn't want to end
So
it.
now who's being dishonest then?
I'm talking straight, you loser. I wanted to end the discussion.
Okay. So then why didn't you just do that instead of getting triggered and telling me to shut up?
Because you kept going with it.
You didn't end the discussion. You started a shit fight.
He didn't.
Well-
No, he did end it. He said he was done with it. He didn't want to talk about it anymore.
I spelled out the word DONE. I said we're done. I'm done. I
Like a
said it 8
dictator.
ways from Sunday.
Like a dictator, like a father tells their fucking kid when they're acting out.
I didn't say you were done. I'm just saying we're done, which means there's no more coordination between the two of us.
There
We're
was.
done.
There was. You understood my last
No,
point.
it's
I
a
know
one.
you did.
I don't even remember what it
You
was.
have
What was
ears.
it?
You have. I know you have ears and a brain. I know
What
what I
was
said.
it, asshole?
And-
Asshole,
and
what
that's-
was it?
And
What
it
was
was
your
a good.
last point?
It was a
I'm
good
curious
point.
now.
That's why you told me to
I'm
shut up.
curious. I'm curious now, you boring fuck. What was your last point?
That your argument is theistic in its nature.
Oh my God. The
That's what
concept
triggered
of-
you. That's what triggered you to say shut up.
The concept of nothingness is theistic.
No, it's your faith in the fact that it's a real thing that could actually possibly
Where do
be.
you get faith?
Because your justification for it was to say
I wasn't
no word.
justifying it. I was simply talking about it.
No, you
I
said
wasn't
nothing.
arguing for it.
It was you stopped talking. That was supposedly your
I
justification.
wasn't arguing for it. I was discussing it.
I mean, you were playing devil's advocate, maybe,
Something to that effect, yeah.
which is where you argue for a thing that you might not believe in.
I was simply discussing it. I don't know why you want to dress it
Now
up.
you're going to be
continually.
dishonest. You just admitted you were
Was
playing devil's advocate.
discussing it? Those are your words. That's you trying to draw a picture.
You just said yes. I used my words and you agreed.
You
said yes.
Oh, you are so fucking boring. I swear to God. I was discussing the topic of nothingness. Yes, I wasn't professing faith in it. You not see the difference?
Well, if you're going to admit that, it's the same as admitting I'm right, and that if somebody were to assume that could be a thing, anybody who tries to assume the opposite of an eternal existence has to do so on faith.
Well, again, I don't see that at all. Can't wrap my head around it. And that's why I ended it.
You know, and when I say, like, if you know you're playing devil's advocate and you don't
I'm
believe
not
it.
playing devil's advocate. I'm
Oh
simply.
my God.
I wasn't. That was your words.
You're saying that you don't believe it, right?
I said what?
But
I
how
don't
can you talk
believe
for
what?
how can you talk for 1 hour about nothingness?
I
said I don't believe.
I've watched fucking 3-hour lectures on nothingness, Peter. literally a 3-hour lecture on. Not only that, I loved it so much. Watched it like 15 times.
Mm.
From that day on, I made it a point to do nothing in my life.
I've watched it multiple times with Nard, multiple times with Bulldog, and multiple times on my own.
The simple fact is nothing has no what did you say? It has no properties. No properties. Yeah. That's it. End of story. Nothingness.
I don't know why it's not fucking clear enough on its own.
Nothingness can't exist. That's what you said.
I agree, Peter.
You said Horatio. That's
Look,
right.
when I say that, when I called you a theist, if you're like, okay, we got to play your semantic game. I can't call it devil's advocate. So it's just a discussion, but you're still like, you're presenting defenses for it that you might not necessarily accept, right?
No, that's defenses. I'm discussing the concept of nothingness. I'm not trying to defend it, trying to understand it.
I mean, you told
me. Listen, when you say nothingness has that, what are the properties?
You're playing
that's a contradiction. That's a contradiction in terms.
You're playing
when you say, what are the properties of nothing?
Would you please stop would you give me a chance
to this is an important point.
Please, I'm being polite when I say stop. Please.
Okay, but this is, I'm going to make one
please stop. Please,
will you stop? No, I want to make one point.
Please, will you stop? Can you not make your point? You're playing a semantic. Can you please give me a chance to show you that you're playing a semantic game?
On the topic of what we were talking about?
No. This thing you just said like 10 seconds ago.
About what? About defending it?
Are you going to let... I'm asking if I can tell you because you keep talking.
Go ahead, you fucking idiot. Go ahead.
So... you say I can't call it you're playing devil's advocate, and you're not defending it. But you were outright stating that you were going to describe what nothingness would be, right? Right?
Go ahead, you're the one talking. I'm not interrupting. Go ahead.
It's not an interruption if I say, is that correct?
I don't need to fucking go right.
I'm trying to steel man you.
If I disagree with you, I'll let you know. Talk.
That's a confirmation of backwards implied one, but thank you. Fuck.
You should have known that, you idiot.
No, I don't.
If I'm not objecting, I'm agreeing. If you don't know that,
back and forth on shit. You flip back and you do this.
Keep talking and stop boring me.
I'm trying to describe to you how you're playing a semantic game, which is where you flip back and forth between two positions based on changing the definition of a word and to to make it fit those two different separate positions. That's a flip back and forth. I don't know if you're going to flip back and forth right now. I want to steel man you, so I have to get a confirmation.
No, you don't. Just make your case. You're boring me.
Can't make a case. My case is built upon your position. What your position might be. I need to confirm it first.
I already told you I can't wrap my head around it. So what do you think my position is?
To me, it sounded like you were defending.
You asked me for a definition of nothing.
I don't know why you're asking. Why are you asking me what I think? I'm
going to give you my definition of nothing one more time.
I think at a minimum, you were playing devil's advocate. At a maximum, you believed it. That's what I think. I already told you that. Don't know why I have to repeat it.
You don't have to repeat it. We only repeat it.
You just asked me. You just asked me. So, this is why it's a semantic game that you're playing. When I say it has no properties and you can't describe it as a reason to justify that it's an impossibility, and then you then say, no, it does have a description, I'm going to present it. That's a counter. That's a counter to my attack. It's a defense. So you were attempting to defend it, which is good.
How do you give properties about nothing?
Exactly.
That's a neological question.
That's exactly.
Okay. What's the problem?
I mean, you're saying it out loud and you still don't get it. Wow.
Right. Yeah, you're saying that nothing, that the reality of nothingness cannot be because
nothing is referring to the essence of existence.
It's not referring to anything. That's just my way of trying to describe it.
It is referring to the word nothing is a word that refers to a concept. It is referring that all words refer to concepts.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem we're having.
That's the problem you're having is that you can't.
Concept of nothing is completely.
You're stuck on the idea that they're words, and you won't address the concept in your head. That's
concept of nothing doesn't refer to anything.
Hey, Nard.
Exactly.
Nard, hang on. I got a question for Nard. Nard, what's inside of a ping pong ball?
Yeah.
What's inside of a ping pong ball?
Air. A-I-R, air.
Oh, so inside a ping pong ball, we don't have nothingness. We've got something.
Really?
I guess.
Thank you, Peter, for that contribution.
Just doesn't get it.
Well, I mean, that was a good example.
You know what's funny? You want to know something funny, Peter? Before you came in here, Nard was presenting a thing like that himself. He said, what if we have a box with 3 things in it? And what is the 4th thing? And there's no other thing. It's just only 3. So what's the 4th thing? And it's like, well,
that's me reaching for a definition of nothing, which is really difficult to do.
You can't define it because it's an impossibility.
That's again, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that nothingness is an impossibility. Just because you say, as soon as you say the word nothingness or the concept nothingness, you're talking about something that is, which needs properties, and you're losing me on all that.
No, it's not when you say nothingness. It's when you propose the idea that there's a possibility that there could ever be an absolute nothingness. It's not just saying the word.
Somebody like Einstein or some of these people, they must have done a study on nothingness, because when they're talking about vacuums and, their whole science and developing things, there must have been a conversation somewhere that's, it's been in a journal. Is there nothingness? What is nothingness? Surely in science.
You can't prove non-existence of anything. So that's an impossibility. So there's no.
So it's more just philosophical. It's all.
I don't know that it's a logical necessity. It's a logical necessity. I mean,
But does nothing fall into the same realm of infinity?
Maybe. They do say infinity is impossible, so I don't know. Maybe.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't. That one is. I mean, who knows? Maybe the universe goes on for an infinity. I don't even know. So maybe maybe that is a thing. I don't know. If it doesn't go on for an infinity, then yeah,
There's
would be.
nothingness. Then there's nothingness.
No, not necessarily. You could. One thing I heard once was the idea that we live in like an asteroid type reality. You remember the game Asteroid?
Yeah.
So like you fly to the left and you come out the right.
Right.
So it's possible that existence is like it's like circular in all directions. So if I stop at a point in space and just fly straight long enough, I will come back to the same point again from behind where I was originally.
Unless the Earth is flat.
Well, in a way it is, because space is curved.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The room is finally relaxed. We're all relaxed. We're all relaxed. Fuck, it's hot here today. Oh, that beer's hot. Ugh.
Oh, by the way, Down Corner, you were wrong about what Janet Yellen said. I don't remember if I told you that. Oh, I think I told him already. Oh.
Uh-huh. Let's go to the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy.
Infinity is 0 plus mathematically not a negative number measure. What does that mean?
Say that again?
Infinity is 0 plus mathematically not a negative number measure. Antoine. Is it Antoine? He wrote that in the back chat. I'm just trying to think, what does that mean?
I don't think that's accurate.
I got to go and show that to my lawyer to get interpretation.
Show it to your preacher.
Yeah. Go to my atheist church.
That's right.
Well, today's Australia Day, the celebration of the invasion of Australia. 26th of January, 1788.
Oh my God. Fucking buying it up at 31.9. Holy shit. Oh my God. Fucking millions and millions of them. Oh shit.
What's this?
They're buying it though. They're buying it.
Do Did your family die in bushfires? What the fuck? Where'd that come from?
Atheism is a religion. So rejecting religion is a religion. That makes sense.
No, the Abos, they were getting arrested today because the Abos were demonstrating, because the Abos are saying this is Invasion Day, not Australia Day. So they've been having protests everywhere, Sydney, Melbourne. It's the start of genocide. So they got arrested today.